welcome back to Dragon Age 2. This is episode 5. Last time we did the Tranquility quest with Anders, the Grey Warden, who has merged with Justice. So we've got 2 Dragon Age Awakening characters in one chilling out, and he's joined our party. So we'll see how that goes. And we're going to continue our journey through Kirkwall today, as we've got rumors and companion quests and secondary quests, and then hell of a lot of random premium stuff that we've yet to look into. A lot to do. So we're gonna leave. Darktown. We'll get the hell out of Dodge and decide what's next. The Kirkwall adventures continue. We're gonna go through here and we'll leave. Could be worth pursuing some rumors today.
Do they hold competitions? Hand out trophies for the best scowls?
I'm not brooding.
Moping, then? You seem like you're a champion at it.
I'm perfectly content at the moment.
Oh, so that's you smiling. Glad you clarified that. I'd never have known.
Elven and Dwarven banter, as always, hey? As always. Let's take a look. Ooh, hang on, we've got something else that's opened up over here. Oh yes, this is the Bone Pit, right. The Abandoned Ruins. I think Sundermount is where we've got to go to hand off do the Flemeth quest. We're going to go to Hightown during the day. And then it could be worth us finally checking out the Viscount's Keep, because we actually haven't been there yet to chat with Aveline.
So where's your beard, elf?
Elves don't grow beards.
Huh. I thought maybe you shaved it off in a fit of broody pique.
So you're a funny dwarf.
Honestly, the only thing preventing me from becoming an elf, lack of beard. That's gonna be a problem, guys. That is going to be a problem.
My.
Karen, was it? No. There are many Templars in Kirkwall, woman.
There are many Templars, woman.
Please, can you help me? My brother.
What happened to your brother?
Karen was always so devout, so idealistic. He was so proud when the Templars accepted him. I pleaded with him not to join the Order, but he wouldn't listen. You hear dark rumors about the Templars and Knight Commander Meredith. And now my brother is gone.
Tell me about Meredith.
What do people say about Knight Commander Meredith?
Oh, she has many admirers. They laud the service she does in keeping the mages in check. But others say she is terribly fierce and utterly without pity, that she sees demons everywhere. It is dangerous even to whisper such things.
Okay.
What have you heard about the Templars?
People harboring escaped mages just disappear. Templars interrogate and threaten passers-by. My friend has a cousin who's a mage, and she says he was made tranquil against his will. You hear more with every passing day.
I'm here to help you. Just tell me what you know.
Karen would write me every day. Then suddenly, no more letters. I wrote him many times with no response. I tried to see him, but Knight Commander Meredith threw me out. They won't tell me anything.
Okay.
Your brother may indeed be in trouble. What can I do for you?
Perchance. In your journeys, if you find yourself in the gallows, ask the other recruits, Wilmerd and Hugh, about my brother. They were Karen's closest friends in the Order. If anyone knows where he is, it's them. May her bless you and watch after you in this endeavor.
Okay. Enemies among us. We're gonna go and have a search for someone. Okay. We've got help wanted down that way as well. Let's go have a look at help wanted. Actually, hang on. Can I do it from... swear. It's just that other arrow on my map, but I think that goes to the Viscount's Keep. Before we do that, help wanted are someone's posting side quests. Reward offered. Citizens of Kirkwall, my dear wife Ninette has gone missing. I shall reward the person who returns her safely. Questions about the Bunty? Questions about the Bunty or Ninette? Come speak to me in the Hightown Market. Ghislaine de Carrick. Okay, so not too far away from the poster.
Hey, Franz.
Have you seen my wife, Ninette?
Ninette? What are you doing? Why are you so distraught? Oh, okay. Maybe you're just tired of his shit. I thought he was like holding his hands in his head in his hands because he was upset.
What do you mean you can't help me?
This is a domestic matter, Sirrah. If your wife has chosen to leave you, there's nothing we can do.
Ninette is my wife. She's legally bound to me. Bring her back.
We're done here.
That doesn't sound like a worried husband. That sounds like a possessive husband.
Why are we still paying those sluggards?
Okay,
You should pay someone else. Like me. I like being paid.
If you can find Ninette, I will gladly pay you. That foolish woman has caused me nothing but embarrassment. She needs to be dragged home.
I can't imagine why she might run away.
Yes, my wife and I don't get along. But that's not the important thing. Her family is getting suspicious. They think I might have done something to her. Even if... Well, I just want to make sure they know I didn't do it.
my man, maybe you should try being a better husbando.
Do you think Ninette might be in trouble?
It's her own doing, gallivanting about with men half her age. She's just trying to show me I am tied to her purse strings.
You're more concerned what her family thinks than what happened to her.
Ninette keeps the company of other men, huh? And makes no secret of it. I'll be better off with her gone. Well, as long as her family knows I had nothing to do with it. They would ruin me otherwise.
I can't imagine why she'd leave you. You're such a prize.
It wasn't always like this. We were in love once. She defied her parents to marry me. Sometimes, I wonder if I dreamed those years.
How long has your wife been gone?
About a month. I wasn't worried at first. She's run off before. Ninette is uncontrollable, you see. She comes and goes as she pleases.
Why would her family think you did something to her?
They think I married her for her inheritance, and they know we have been fighting. They believe this is reason enough for me to hurt her, but I swear on Andraste's pyre, I have done nothing.
Well, here's the thing. We can return her to this guy, but also at the same time, like... she's left of her own volition, clearly. You know what I mean? Like, she's made her choice. I feel like if I take on this job, I might be able to find Ninette, find out what's actually happened, and then I can, like, there might be another option to be, like, maybe, like, cover up her, like, running away to the husband and be like, blah, blah. Instead of not taking on the task, there might be, like, another option that could work out in her favor instead of just returning her to the husband, you know? So will help, but only because I want to get to the bottom of this one. I'm curious. He is vile, though.
I'll try my best to find Ninette and bring her home.
You should talk to Jethan at the Blooming Rose. I didn't know she visited whores until Jethan sent a letter to our house. He even sent her flowers once. Lilies. Her favorite. Blah! Talking about it makes my head hurt. Good luck to you, Sirrah.
She do be at the brothel. Varric friendship. Interesting. Okay. It's interesting to see who reacts to what in that sense. Let's head over to the brothel. There's such an extensive amount of stuff to do in Kirkwall that I genuinely thought this would be like a similar situation to like the first game where you spend some time learning the ropes in your opening area.
Dog.
Okay, bro. You spend some time learning the opening area and then you go off into the world, but there's actually so much here and so many side quests. It's just taken me by surprise. I thought we would have been out of here by now. The Fifth Blight began in the 30th year of the Dragon Age, is what that loading screen said, and only lasted a year. And then it's been another year since? Because they were talking about the Awakening events. So I think, what are we in, like the 32nd year of the Dragon Age right now? Is that right? Oh yeah. Oh! Brothel battle theme, dude? What a bop. I remember seeing these guys and being like, oh, this will be like an important cutscene or conversation later. Nope. It's just a bunch of conspirators. Incredible. I think there's one group of conspirators left.
So, a Lady Sunshine, what's your first act as a noblewoman going to be?
A noblewoman with no fortune and no title. Looking for work, probably.
Practicality is for peasants, milady. You need to do something frivolous to celebrate your birthright.
Such as...
Come up to the Hightown Market and complain bitterly that there's no Orlesian silk that matches your eyes.
But what if something does match my eye? What will I do then?
Insist that they're blatantly copying you and demand royalties. A good noble always has a complaint ready, Sunshine.
Okay. Alright, Varric. Jathan.
Today's my rest day, but I'll make an exception for you. What can I say? Why work if you're not working hard?
I can see why Nanette liked you. You're feisty.
A refreshing change from the pale slug I married. I hear she finally left her worthless husband. Good for her. I just wish she'd said goodbye.
Oh, she gone. She's not here either. Okay. You think... Oh, okay.
Did she tell you she left her husband?
No, I just hope that's what she did. Ghislaine only wants her for her family's wealth. Ninette's a jewel. Elegant, worldly, just the perfect level of depraved. Ghislaine doesn't deserve her.
The perfect level of depraved.
Do you think Ninette has come to harm?
I hope not. Everyone loves Ninette. Sometimes twice a night. Ghislaine's the only one who might hurt her, and he doesn't have the balls for it.
That animation, though. Yeah.
Ghislaine knew about you and Ninette. Did he talk to you?
The man is incapable of talking. He came here, yelled at me, called me a dirty knife ear, among other things, and accused me of corrupting his wife. We had him thrown out.
Okay.
Were you hoping Ninette would leave Ghislaine for you?
Of course not. I know my place. I offer a service, that's all. Anyway, there was someone else looking for Ninette. A Templar. I believe his name was Emmerich. He wouldn't sleep with me either. I can't see why a Templar would be interested in anyone who isn't a mage.
Oh, are you sure she isn't a mage?
Any chance Ninette's an apostate?
Well, she certainly cast a spell on me. Anyway, if Ninette was a mage, I think Emmerich would have said so.
Someone else Ninette spent special alone time with, perhaps?
She always liked men in uniform. You could ask him yourself. Emmerich said he'd continue his investigation in Darktown. You could see if he's still there. And if you find Ninette, tell her to drop by and see me sometime.
The plot thickens.
Back again? Sure you're not interested in my many, many services?
I was just passing through.
Have it your way.
There's just an exclamation mark, but I assume that's if we want to get our chain yanked. So we'll leave that for now. We will take our business elsewhere for now. I'm not looking to drain the plumbing today. We will do that another day. For now, let's head to the Viscount's Keep. The missing woman can wait for now. Alright, let's have a look. The Viscount's Way. This is probably long overdue that we actually do this, because we've been doing everything else, and we haven't really touched a lot of main quest stuff.
Kirkwall is going to the dogs, believe me.
Oh.
I think Mother has an audience there soon.
Yeah, she said when we leave, so we don't even get to witness it. She's waiting for the expedition to go ahead. Remember to save your game, I just did. New loading screen. Right. Yes, hierarchy of the circle. It is no simple matter safeguarding ordinary men from mages and mages from themselves. Each circle tower must have some measure of self-government, for it is ever the Maker's will that men be given the power to take responsibility for our own actions, to sin and fail, as well as to achieve the highest grace and glory on our own strength. You, who will be tasked with the protection of the circle, must be aware of its workings. The first enchanter is the heart of any tower. He will determine the course his circle will take. He will choose which apprentices may be tested and made full mages, and you will work most closely with him. Assisting the first enchanter will be the senior enchanters, a small council of the most trusted and experienced magi in the tower. From this group, the next first enchanter is always chosen. Beneath the council are the enchanters. These are the teachers and mentors of the tower, and you must get to know them in order to keep your finger on the pulse of the circle, for the enchanters will always know what is happening among the children. All those who have passed their harrowing but have not taken apprentices are mages. This is where most trouble in a circle lies, in the idleness and inexperience of youth. The untested apprentices are the most numerous denizens of any tower, but they more often pose threats to themselves due to their lack of training than to anyone else. Okay.
Good luck getting in. I've been waiting all day.
I'm literally just going to barge in, so maybe you should try that. I have main character privilege. Who's in here?
You're looking well, Syrah.
Thank you. The Lemeren Accords. 50 years, that's how long it took the Imperium to drive out the Qunari occupation, but the rest of northern Thedas was not so lucky. Both divines, white and black, declared exalted marches, and for the only time since the schism of the Chantry, they worked together. A century-long siege resulted, with the giant Qunari entrenched in Antiva and Rivain, and all of Thedas throwing armies against them. The war drained the resources of every nation in Thedas, leaving most on the brink of collapse. For the Giants, it did not appear to be the damage to their armada or the loss of their soldiers, but the terrible toll upon the Riviani population that prompted their retreat. When the third new exalted march had all but massacred the people of Kontar without even chipping the Qunari occupying force, the Giants finally withdrew. The treaty that put an official end to the Qunari wars was signed on the politically neutral island of Lemeren off the southern coast of Rivain. 150 years after their assault on the mainland began, the Qunari left our shores. They received the northern archipelago in exchange for cessation of hostilities against all the nations on the Accord. Only Tevinter refused to sign, and so the war continues to rage in the Imperium to the present day. It's worth noting, however, that the Kingdom of Rivain immediately violated the treaty, twice. Once when the humans of northern Rivain, nearly all practitioners of the Khun and therefore by definition Qunari, refused to leave their homes and go in exile to the islands, and again when the Rivain Chantry and nationalist forces, unable to convert its people back to the worship of the Maker, try to purge by the sword, slaughtering countless unarmed people and burying them in mass graves. It's a fortunate mystery that the leaders in Kontar did not alert their allies in the Northern Passage, or we'd still be fighting the giants now. Alright.
I don't think I can do that.
Okay. I need a key. Bottled Scar from the 34th year of the Exalted Age. I'll take that. That is a quest. Varric, you good?
You want me to do what? I don't think so.
God damn it, buddy. Maybe one of these days, dude. The Enigma of Kirkwall. The Viscount is suspicious, but the bribe was sufficient to gain access to the restricted section of the archives. The money would have been better spent elsewhere, the archives being almost devoid of Imperium-era records. When the slaves revolted, they hunted magisters and burned the city, at least the parts that could be burned. One account says that the streets were littered with piles of scrolls and books set aflame. Is our quest futile? Did the slaves destroy the answer? As Matharath's armies toppled the Imperium, they sent 3 magisters and their legions here. They never arrived, but why march here of all places? What were they coming here for? Behind a panel with curious markings signed the Band of 3. The 3 Musketeers are at it again.
Good luck getting in. I've been waiting all day.
So they say. Oh, apparently this is where I actually want to be. That's where Evelyn is, right?
The Viscount must be terribly busy. I've been waiting most of the day.
Can I just go in? Chantry hierarchy.
So illiterate. I had a report come in this morning that was nothing but a bunch of X's.
The Divine is the titular head of the Chantry, although since the schism split the Imperial Chantry into its own faction, there are now in fact 2 Divines at any one time. One Divine, informally called the White Divine, is a woman housed in the Grand Cathedral in Val Royeaux. The other, known as the Black Divine, is a man housed in the Argent Spire in Minrathous. Neither Divine recognizes the existence of the other, and the informal names are considered sacrilegious. No matter the gender, a Divine is addressed as Most Holy or Your Perfection. Beneath the rank of Divine is the Grand Cleric. Each Grand Cleric presides over numerous chantries and represents the highest religious authority for their region. They travel to Val Royeaux when the College of Clerics convenes, but otherwise remain where they are assigned. All Grand Clerics are addressed as Your Grace. Beneath the Grand Cleric is the Mother, or in the Imperial Chantry, the Father. If a mother is in charge of a particular chantry, Revered is appended to her title. These are the priests responsible for administering to the spiritual well-being of their flock. A mother, or revered mother, is addressed as Your Reverence. Brothers and sisters form the rank and file of the chantry and consist of 3 main groups: affirmed, initiates, and clerics. Affirmed are the lay brethren of the chantry, those regular folk who have turned to the chantry for succor. Often they are people who have led a difficult or irreligious life and have chosen to go into seclusion, or even orphans and similar unfortunates who are raised into the chantry life. The affirmed take care of the chantry and are in turn afforded a life of quiet contemplation, no questions asked. Only those folks who take vows become initiates. These are men and women in training, whether in academic knowledge or the martial skills of a warrior. All initiates receive an academic education, although only those who seek to become Templars learn how to fight in addition. Clerics are the true academics of the Chantry, those men and women who have dedicated themselves to the pursuit of knowledge. They are often found in Chantry archives, sages presiding over libraries of books and arcane knowledge. The most senior of these clerics, placed in charge of such archives, are given the title Elder, although such a rank is still beneath that of Mother. All other brothers and sisters are addressed simply by noting their title before their name, such as Brother Genitive. The man himself. Oh. Well, you guys weren't wrong. Can't even access the doors. Never mind then.
The Viscount must be terribly busy.
Let us go speak to Aveline. Actually, can I open this door here? I guess it would say door above it. There's also a chain in front of it, so no. Aveline. With a bunch of notes on the thing. Okay.
I can't do that.
Alright. The Kirkwall City Guard. It is with pride that I, your Viscount, grant the authority of law and civil enforcement upon the guardsmen of an independent Kirkwall. No more will we defer to the will of foreign troops or draw a holy order into tasks unbefitting their mandate. These proud men and women will be of the people and will enforce the laws we have elected for a civil and ordered society. And should the spectre of invasion return, the noble guardsmen will conscript from the population, for who better to amass the people's will than the constables of law charged with its inspection. This is a great day, fair Kirkwall, and I am honoured to appoint the first guard captain. Long may he serve the will of the free people. From Orlesian Legacy, Institutions of the Impressors Liga, the speeches of a Viscount Michel Lafaille, collected by Philium, a bard. We got a lot of codex entries today, everyone. The Study of the Fifth Blight, Volume 1. This is cool because this is the fifth blight that just happened. While some of my contemporaries dispute whether the fifth blight was a true blight or merely a large darkspawn resurgence, historians agree that it began in the swamps of the Korcari wilds on the southeastern border of the Ferelden in the year 930 Dragon. King Kaelin Theorin was swift in responding to the threat, gathering the royal army, every Grey Warden in his country, and sending a call for aid to the Ferelden nobility. The assembled armies laid a trap in the ruins of Ostagar, hoping to crush the force before it reached civilization. But they failed. Darkspawn overran the defenders of Ostagar and decimated the king and his army. They continued their advance into Ferelden unopposed. Only 2 Grey Wardens managed to escape the slaughter, and somehow they came into possession of ancient treaties which compelled the races of men to join arms against the massing horde. It's cool to see codex entries now that are actually talking about the events of the first game, because obviously the history is always happening around us at all times, and people are documenting that. It's weird to read about history that you've experienced, which is like, I guess, a thing when you're like looking back in our own real life history of like stuff that has happened, and it's like you lived it, and there are people that read and study it, so you're like, oh wow, this happened, like, and I wasn't there, and there are people that were like, do not cite the dark magic to me which I was there when it was written, you know? That sort of thing. It's pretty crazy to think about when you're just like, I understand, because I was there. Get that chest open, you simple rogue, you. Be with you in a moment, Aveline. I am spying on all of the random guards. Okay. About time.
Aveline.
Hello, Hawk.
Oh, okay. So delighted.
That's it.
What? Oh, right. Sorry. It feels like we just talked. I've been keeping an eye on you. Information is one of the few perks of this job. Watch out for Bartrand. He's a son of a bitch.
Okay. You're spying on me.
You know I don't like it when you have people watch me.
Saved me camping on your doorstep. After what we went through to get here, well, you're no child, but I take care of my friends. The places they have me patrolling, I've got time.
Okay.
A person in your position seems like they might learn some profitable things.
You know better than to ask that.
One day you'll be frustrated enough to go for it.
It's like I'm sitting on my hands. There are dangerous people in this city. In fact, I might have a job for you. Let me know if you want to do a favor for Kirkwall. Otherwise, I'm here if you need me. Maker knows I could use more satisfying work.
I'd be doing all the favors for Kirkwall at the moment. That's my life.
Seems like Kirkwall suits you.
It has been a challenge. Lots of opportunity, if you're the type the locals want.
Are you?
If you argue enough, you kind of convince yourself.
It's been a year settling in. Are you all right?
You don't need to coddle me. I am where I am. How close I hold my memories is my own business.
This must be a very different pace from serving King Cailan.
It's just one more change, though. The real end for me was Ostagar. You and Carver must have felt something similar. I don't know if that's right to say. I barely knew him.
I barely knew him too, so, you know, we're kind of on the same page there.
I don't dwell on it. I guess we had that in common.
Then I would have liked him.
The Blight is over. You could go back to Lothering.
That wasn't home for me. It was just where the Horde pressed us. It wasn't the first village I saw fall. But you don't get used to people losing everything.
It's not how I wanted to say goodbye. I'll say that.
You can't go home again. That's supposed to be about maturity. It's not the same if you don't have the option.
All right, Aveline. You have something worth doing.
My patrols may be empty walks in the dark, but there's something big coming up, and I could use you. An ambush, probably for a caravan, although I can't find any shipments that match up. Doesn't matter though. Highwaymen waiting for someone to rob. I'm putting a stop to it, my district or not.
Okay.
You have a name, or anything else to go on?
Not important. If we show up and they attack, they're bad. Simple as that. I'll wager it's smugglers, though. Like I said, seems like an obvious trap for a caravan.
You've been nosing around outside your commission.
I have contacts, and they're complaining about a lack of meat. Thugs and such. Someone is hiring. And one or two were told to prepare for travelers. You want to be good at this job? You pay attention to what's missing, and when people arrange escape routes.
Seems like you'd want to share this with your fellow guards.
I will, if you sit on your hands. I'll send my alerts, and someone else will lead a patrol. But there's profit and influence to be had. You're my friend, so I'm offering.
I'm no guard, Aveline.
There's only so many of us. Temporary recruits are expected time to time, as long as they're competent. You still claim to be competent, right?
All right, Aveline. I'll play guard for you.
I knew I could count on you. They're hidden up Sundermount, remote and rough, but we can make good time with a shortcut this side. And no, you can't run off and do it without me. I trust you, but I have to be there. You're acting on behalf of the Guard.
Okay, an Aveline quest in Sundermount. Okay. Aveline Valen was born in Orlais, but she never knew the country. Her father, Benoit Dulac, was a chevalier who lost his patron to the game of intrigue. He fled to Ferelden while Aveline was an infant, and though his holdings were meager, he was determined she would have the life he had lost. She would become a knight, no matter the cost. He eventually sold everything to sponsor Aveline into King Cailan's service. Knightly skills seemed bred into Aveline's bones, but she had her doubts, starting with her namesake, Sir Aveline. The first female knight of Orlais was orphaned, mocked for her looks, and murdered when she dared stand with men in tournament. Her glory lies in tragedy, but the living Aveline doesn't revere sacrifice. A principled death is still a death. Her father was proud of her, but she would never be the knight he wished for. Aveline married Wesley Valen while serving in the Ferelden army. They were kindred spirits and determined guardians. His death during the Blight scarred her, not just his loss, but that she failed to protect him. Aveline has healed in the past year, but she is yet to forgive herself. Accordingly, she is fiercely protective of the Hawks and Mapo. They share a bond in loss and connection, a connection she cherishes but will not allow to be repeated. Interesting. Okay. Just checking if there are other new ones that I haven't actually read. There you go. Completed a friend in the guard. Alright, we've got another quest outside of Kirkwall. Maybe we should get some fresh air.
I've been waiting all day.
Good luck getting in. Maybe we should get some fresh air. What do you reckon? Head out of Kirkwall for a little bit. We can head to the gallows now. So we're getting so many new areas in Kirkwall. It's kind of crazy, actually. All right, let's go to the gallows.
I've heard about the Circle of Magi outside of the Imperium, but I've never been in one. Are you certain it's wise for us to come here, considering who we're with?
Should I change my party then? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe not. But we'll be cautious.
This seems more like a prison. I wonder if it's more effective than the Circle I know.
How is the Imperial Circle of Magi different?
Once upon a time, it was as it is here. The Chantry watched the Magisters closely for any signs of corruption or weakness. Then it changed. The Magisters were permitted to watch over their own, and Templars kept only to enforce the law. What happened next was inevitable. The Magisters rule again, as powerful as they ever were.
You said the Chantry used to watch the Magisters. Why did they stop?
You must remember that the attitude towards magic is different in Tevinter. Magisters came from wealthy families, bloodlines that had nurtured magical talent for countless generations. The Chantry was not trying to control poor peasants, but the scions of the greatest houses in the Imperium.
I thought the Magisters had been thrown down by the Chantry.
On the contrary, Andraste never defeated the Imperium. A great army conquered the south, but not the north. The Magisters eventually surrendered to the Chantry, but they did so on their terms. They kept their influence. Thus, they reclaimed what they lost over the centuries. Some battles are lost by inches.
You talk about the Magisters as if they are all evil.
I have no doubt that some are good and noble men, strong enough to resist temptation. But how many temptations do you wish to offer a man before he will give in? Blood magic is everywhere in Tevinter, from the lowliest apprentice up to the Archon himself.
Blood magic is... It's so funny. It's like, blood magic is forbidden. And then during Dragon Age Origins, there were just so many characters that were like, blood magic? Anyone up for blood magic? It's just like, such a thing.
You can't have seen this for yourself.
Daenerys talked about it often. Of course, they say it's forbidden. Behind the smiles and closed doors, however, it's a different matter. To be a Magister in Tevinter is to be glorious. To be a powerful Magister in Tevinter, that is worth any price.
You're saying the same thing could happen here?
If the mages were permitted to be their own watchers, of course. It is too easy for a mage to resort to blood magic if they feel the need is great enough. A mage can desire power, justice, revenge, protection. Any cause will do, and then they are lost.
You're saying that locking mages up is better?
All I am saying is the Imperium offers no answer. All that Andraste did long ago to end the tyranny of magic has been undone.
Tyranny of magic? Very dramatic.
Let me show you my homeland, or the ruins of Arlathan, and then you may speak of drama. Power corrupts, as they say, and mages have power enough already.
I've been saying Arlathan the whole time, and apparently it's Arlathan.
Treating every mage like a criminal isn't the answer.
And not every mage deserves the benefit of the doubt.
I think you need to be quiet now.
Freedom is a noble ideal, but I see no oppression here. I see fear and danger. But enough. I'm sure we came here for a reason.
The rivalry plus 15. I think that the relationship between the main character and Fenris would be so hot-headed if I was also a mage. Be a very interesting one. Before it became the Imperium, Tevinter was ruled by a dynasty of kings, and long before the Chantry there was the Circle of Magi, a society of mages in each city. The titles of our modern circles use Enchanter, Senior Enchanter, First Enchanter, all originated here. But above the First Enchanter, the circles of Tevinter had another office, Magister. The Magisters formed a council of the most powerful mages in the kingdom. They convened in Minrathous and held dominion over all magic in the land. When Darinius seized the throne in minus 1195 Ancient, the court of the Magisters became the royal court, and Magister was the only title of nobility recognized in Tevinter. The Imperium today is a magocracy. Political power is solely in the hands of the Magisters, who come only from the ranks of the Circle. Every young mage aspires to be a Magister's apprentice because it's the best chance of ascending to the rank of Magister themselves. Interesting. Okay. Templar recruit Hugh. Oh yes, this is talking to the Templar boys.
Do you know a recruit named Keren? His sister is looking for him.
We cannot speak to you, Messer.
Oh, good. We'll just be leaving then. To go somewhere that isn't the gallows.
To the void with that. Keren and the others are missing.
But our orders...
The Knights aren't doing anything to find them. Maybe it's time to ask for outside help.
Ooh, here we go.
I wasn't even certain Keren was missing. Who else is gone?
The first one's disappeared weeks ago. There's been at least half a dozen. Wilmod and Keren were the most recent.
Why must you keep silent about Keren?
You obviously aren't a Templar, Messer.
No. No Templars in this family.
A Knight Lieutenant gives you an order and you obey, without question. They told us not to breathe a word about Keren and the others.
They must have their reasons.
And that'll be a great comfort if you go missing next.
You can trust me. I'm only trying to keep Keren safe.
I hear that Knight Commander Meredith has some new initiation you have to go through. If you're not strong enough or fervent enough in belief, you don't make it out alive.
Her own people? That's horrible.
Seems to me a weak Templar would die just as quickly.
And you honestly believe that?
Recruits keep going missing.
Wilmod came back.
What?
He did. I saw him this morning.
Oh.
What else do you know about the initiation?
You hear about some... questionable things that the Order must do these days. The Knight Commander only wants Templars that can do... what must be done.
Andraste alive. She's killing recruits that might question her orders, isn't she?
That's rubbish. She wouldn't do that.
If Wilmod came back, he might know more about the other missing recruits.
I bet he would.
Wilmod told me he was going outside Kirkwall. Clear his head, he said.
Why didn't you tell us this?
Knight Captain Cullen ordered it, right before he chased after Wilmod. That wasn't too long ago. If you hurry, you may catch them on the road.
Nice. Okay, so Wilmod is actually missing and they're not missing. And leaving that information from her own friend that she's just talking to.
Maker's blessing on you.
Okay. Nothing to do in the gallows courtyard. But we do have things to find, like a codex entry called the Seekers of Truth. Sir Whitmore, when I mentioned power greater than the Templars, I didn't mean the Chantry. Sure, they commanded the Templars, but that was not always so. The Inquisition once hunted heretics and cultists, as well as mages, and their reign of terror ended only with the inception of the Circle of Magi. They became the Templar Order for good or ill, the watchers of the mages and the martial arm of the Chantry. It was a mutually beneficial arrangement, but few know that the Chantry created yet another order to watch over the Templars, the Seekers of Truth. Oh, hang on. Ooh. And I know little of them myself, but I can say the following things with certainty. They serve the divine, and they are feared. When a Seeker steps from the shadows, Templars run for cover, because why would he come unless the Templars somehow failed in their duties? Seekers are extremely effective investigating abuses within the Circle and hunting particularly evasive apostates. It's said they are immune to a Blood Mage's mind control and possess the ability to read minds or erase memories, but this is likely exaggeration. So we return to my original dilemma. Who watches powers greater than that of the Templars? One assumes it's the divine, but how much could she know about their activities when their very existence is a mystery to most? This is interesting because it's talking about the Seekers of Truth and saying that when a Seeker steps from the shadows, Templars run for cover. So we've got currently, outside of this story, a Seeker... What was her name? Cassandra? Questioning Varric in the chair right now. So there is a Seeker that we have been introduced to and are aware of taking place after the events of this game, because she's like, tell me about the champion, which is my character. And then I guess I'm going to try and not read too far into the fact that also the next game is called Dragon Age Inquisition. But apparently that doesn't exist anymore. Their reign of terror ended with the inception of the Circle of Magi. Well, I'm going to try and not think too hard on that, but I just wanted to mention that little thing, that it makes me think of that.
We have sword drills in the morning and study the chants in the afternoon.
So very interesting. Interesting indeed. Well, I guess it's worth, whenever you enter a new area, doing something like this and taking a look around. This is the Enigma of Kirkwall. I'm pretty sure we have already found the Enigma of Kirkwall, which means you can find it in multiple places. Or is this something else? Ancient Tevinter lore is hard to come by, but there's history to be had here in Kirkwall. The city once home to the Imperium's slave trade. What answers does Kirkwall hold? Why look here instead of Paravantium or Voldorma? The Imperium does not give up its secrets easily. Even with the Magister's centuries dead, our journey is perilous. Here on the docks of the gallows, we renew our vows. And should we fail, search for the markings of the Band of Three. Okay. A tattered letter found under a cobblestone. It has curious markings and signed the Band of Three. So there's multiple. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Because we found a tattered letter already, yeah. And then behind a panel with curious markings and underneath a cobblestone. So we've found 3 enigmas of Kirkwall. For each of the 3, mayhaps? Maybe? Potentially? Who knows? We'll take a look down this way to see if there's any other codex entries to look for. I guess that's something that you need to check in with as well in new areas. It's not just quest markers to look for.
This enchantment was performed by one less studious.
Mage goods. The Turncoat's walking stick. I got 20 sovereigns. How much junk can I sell? Yay! Oh, I should equip that. I'm not going to need any of that. Just random rings with shitty stats. Might have to have a look into the companion armor stuff that we've seen on certain vendors as well, and give that a purchase and have a look at some point in time.
There has to be a better way.
Death of a Templar. There you go. There's another one there. Templar Greatsword. Armor of the Wall. 10 armor, 386 spirit resistance. 97 armor standard as well. I'm gonna buy that. More armor. A lot more. And good spirit resistance. I'll take it, sir. Which means I'm going to sell this stuff. You gotta spend money to make money, baby. Okay, let me take that. This is called Roar. 35 armor, plus 20 attack, plus 2% attack speed. It's actually not bad either. For now, I will leave it, but let's put that on. Finally got rid of the shitty gloves. Oh yeah, and helmets are automatically off in dialogue and combat and stuff, aren't they? Yeah. Oh, I've got a new chest piece now. It's so weird. I got like so used to so used to the one that I had. I have mismatching shoulder pauldrons. Who do I complain to? Who do I complain to? Death of a Templar. The dry, dusty earth swallows up salty drops that splatter its surface. A tiny insect pauses, sensing the vibrations, and scurries off, leaving behind its invisible enemy. As the drops fall, the dark circles merge together, expressing mirror to their creator. The primal emotions of bloodlust and sorrow blend into a lethal cocktail that breaks the strongest of men. The jurisdiction of strength must be left to the spirit, not arm nor chest. Only the wisest turn to his inner sanctuary to partition the mind from an all-consuming madness. Seductive voices whispering promises of glory, weighting down the weaker path of the flesh, bringing a death far worse than that of hot lead or steel. These blank, hollow promises will echo the unfathomable eternally. Living comfortably amongst material possessions, it is easy to misunderstand the true meaning of uncontrollable hate, failing to understand the power of fighting against pure, unfaltering beliefs, against foes that listen only to their soul. Uncontrollable hate, influenced and thus removed from innocence, the scar is permanent and internal. This is so poetic, by the way, for a death of a Templar. Very melodramatic. The rain, now red, feeds the debt owed for actions past, seeking further into the earth as the mind draws slower. What was it that drew him, himself, to this situation? The mind ebbs and parts to a lingering memory of true innocence. He entered war as a newborn enters the world, unknowing of both the horrors and light of the maker that will save him. The sound of metal sliding along leather comes from above him. From the second he was born to his soon-to-be dying breath, his mind was processing and analyzing knowledge and experiences. It is true that he thought he could be wise in his own eyes, but only the most humble recognizes that he knows very little. Bias, speculation, and all of false pretenses make way to the sound of the sweeping steel, and then finally, his soul, as ready as his eyes dry from this final understanding, enters his promise of its purest form. Death of a Templar by Sir Andrew Knight of Andraste and Templar Archivist, 4th year of the Dragon Age. So dramatic. Okay, let's get out of the gallows then. Let's head into Darktown to follow some leads. Meeting place with the random bonfire compatriots and the boy. Into the meeting place. Oh. It's like a whole new area. Okay. Oh shit. Street thugs.
I don't want to hurt you.
Okay.
Get back! Go down!
What's going on, Mr. Templar? Being beaten by some street thugs?
You do get results. I thank you, Syrah, for coming along when you did. I am Emmerich.
You're older than I thought you'd be. Ninette seems to go for the young, pointy-eared sorts.
What?
Ninette de Karak. I hear she got around. And you were asking about her, so I just assumed.
Preposterous. I was concerned that she was in danger, and that is all. However, the investigation has been a waste of time.
I find it a bit interesting that our character automatically takes that sort of like jokey approach to the situation without us actually having a choice in how to approach that one. It's kind of interesting. I don't think I would have really gone for that approach myself, but that's all right, mate. I know that we made some jokey comments about it before, so maybe that's why. Maybe it makes a comment based on which one you picked the most.
Did you learn nothing?
Most people just say she left her husband. This all started when Meren, one of our Circle mages, disappeared. I found it odd. She was a bit older and hardly adventurous. Then I heard about Ninette and 2 other missing women.
I had a friend who disappeared once. Turns out he was under my bed, drunk. What?
I think the disappearances are connected, and I suspect foul play is involved.
Okay. See, we could have just been like, man, you're vile. See you later. But then it robs us of a good mystery, doesn't it?
Doesn't the Circle use phylacteries to keep track of its mages?
We followed her phylactery to a foundry, but found nothing. I had heard of sympathizers smuggling mages through Darktown, so came here hoping to pick up the trail. But no trace of Meren. And as you've seen, asking the locals hasn't made me very popular.
Have you mentioned any of this to the city guard?
They say there's no proof the disappearances are connected. They think the women just left home, that it happens all the time.
People don't just disappear. Perhaps they were murdered or kidnapped.
We found no bodies, no ransom notes. Those women just vanished.
Mages routinely flee the Circle. Perhaps Meren just wanted freedom.
She had always been loyal. She received lilies from an unknown suitor, and some of us thought she may have gone to meet him. Perhaps her disappearance is linked.
Well, those lilies came from Elf Boy, did it not?
I don't like the sound of this.
Neither do I, Syrah. But I cannot carry on. This battle showed that I'm no longer the warrior I used to be. I know when to walk away. Here, take my findings. Perhaps you can make more use of them. I'm going back to the gallows. I'm too old for this.
A foundry in Lowtown. I should look into that.
Okay. Emmerich's notes are a messy collection of half-baked thoughts written on scraps of paper. Only one seems to stand out. Something about that Lowtown foundry where Meren's... God, I already forgot the pronunciation. Meren's trail ended. I've got a strange feeling about it. Okay. Got a strange feeling about this. Pile o' bones. Five health ring. Guess I'll give that to someone without a ring. Pile of bones. Money. Okay, quick trip to Darktown. We can get out of here. See if we can solve the case of the missing women. Alright, does it matter which... Oh, can't bottled... Okay, the first sacrifice is at night. And then bottled scar during the day. Well, let's just head there in the day. Let's do this bottle thing. Let's get this quest done, get some money. Probably a good opportunity for me to buy some things while I'm here as well. Because do I have stuff for... I'm wondering if there's stuff here that's for other characters. Increases attack for Aveline. Okay, so there you go. So there's some companion armor for Aveline. Increasing her attack. Yeah, I should just buy them. We'll buy them while we're... and then we'll see what's up. Okay. I guess when we have Aveline in our party, we'll have a look into that. And see what that's actually about. The Foundry District is probably where we're going to want to be at night. Hello, random elven Vinter.
A little something of yours I picked up somewhere.
I think this was the place where... yes. So this gives an extra rune slot to Varric. So if we buy this, we can actually see what this is. So let's go to Varric. So it's just like... okay. It's just like automatically applied, I think. So an extra rune slot. So an heirloom Amel protective sigil. And that's just, I can put a rune slot there. So I need to, a rune in the first place for that to actually, I guess, be worth it. Okay, we'll head out this way because this is the faster way out. And then come back here at night. Okay.
And here we go.
God, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of guts. They literally just pop in. It's so bad. They just pop in out of nowhere, dude.
There's more of them.
Sharp little pinpricks. Directions to the Sharp's base. We've got a new base, and you lot best keep the law away. Directions to the Lowtown sneak below. Don't come unless you've got good news or you'll get an answer square between the eyes. Ignacio Strand. Ignacio Strand. Okay. Hovel, Sharp Little Pinpricks, and Dark Foundry, the First Sacrifice. Okay, well let's go have a look at this, shall we? Because it's right around the corner. Hovel. There's... have a look. Oh, there's Ignacio Strand. Where did Ignacio Strand go? Oh, there you are. It's like, you're a rogue, that's why. Oh my god, dude. I'll still know. I still won't get over seeing that. I really thought there might have been some dialogue there with a named character, but no. Okay. Lowtown Stompers. Bloody Butcher's Gloves. More dex and cunning required. Okay.
Get ready! Now you fall!
I think I got blood on my coat.
And here we go again.
Okay. Solid work, team. Quest completed. What a crazy quest. Very extensive. Lots of steps.
Good job in there. In fact, get rid of any other groups like that, and I'll be at the Hanged Man with some toys as reward. Courtesy of some interested friends.
Okay.
I'll never meet anyone normal.
God damn, okay. Take more people out and come meet me at the Hanged Man. Alright. Understood. The Foundry District. Alright, let's go take a look, shall we? Dark Foundry. Mage spotted. Oh. Oh shit. Whoa! Casually. Just casually a Desire Demon. Hello. Oh, damn. Oh shit. Goodbye. Damn, alright. They just throwing Desire Demons at us now.
One less to worry about!
Demons. Summoned by another mage, no doubt.
Fenris has eyes. Oh, this is a standard one, which means... Ow! Varric, don't you have eyes for this kind of thing? Jesus. What are we doing? We're smarter than this. That's going to be a chest that Varric can't even open anyway.
Seems to be unhealthy.
Can't even open it. Need to get that cunning leveled up, boy. Sacco Bones. Ooh, a Rune of Fire design, Tiger's Eye Fragment, and Ninette's Ring. Ooh.
Those are human bones, aren't they? I'm gonna be sick.
Damn.
Severed hand, a ring, and a pile of bones. Emmerich will want to see this. And I should bring the ring to Ghislaine. It might belong to Ninette.
Sacrificed, hey? Or was she? I don't know, man. I've seen The Big Lebowski. We have to wait and see.
You know, you cannot wish the Templars away.
I can try.
Is the Circle here truly so terrible an option?
Do you really have to ask that?
You would be kept safe, from others as well as from yourself. And they would be kept safe from you.
I didn't ask for this.
Nobody asks for their fate.
Tension in the group.
Recognize your mage?
You're horrible.
This was left in the foundry you mentioned in your notes. I was also attacked by shades.
These are human bones. Then there is no chance of finding Meren alive, or any of the others.
I saw someone leaving the scene, but they got away. I'm sorry.
It was more than I accomplished. I will bring this to the city guard immediately. It should be enough to convince them the disappearances are worth investigating.
Alright. Quest completed. Am I doing anything about that? Okay. Not like, Alright. No follow-up? Not like... Okay, maybe that quest will... Maybe something else will come up of that quest for us later. We'll follow it up, I suppose. Let's head to Hightown, because we'll check in with... What's his face? With the ring?
I couldn't bring back your wife, but here's a ring. It looks pricey.
Oh. Ninette's wedding ring. Yes. Look at the engraving. Forever faithful, forever yours. Oh. Written in happier times. Where did you find it?
Let's just be honest about it.
It was on Ninette's hand, which was cut from her body. She's dead.
On her hand? Huh. I see. Well, maybe you should take this back. I don't want anything that might link me to her death. Especially with her family asking questions. No. They're going to blame me. I just know it. Excuse me, sir. I have arrangements to make.
Hey, Franz.
One sovereign. Okay. Alright. I was wondering if that was going to be some deeper sort of conspiracy for us, but we will not know until later, I suppose. Well, there you go. We've got a couple of companion quests. Got rumors. What should I choose to do? Maybe we should have a look at our secondary stuff. Let's check out this bone pit. And then there's old ruins outside the city. Apprehend the escaped criminal for Magistrate Vernard. Let's go to a different area. Let's get some fresh air outside of Kirkwall. So we've got the bone pit, Wilmod's camp, which is enemies among us, Sundermount ambush site, the way it should be, Wounded Coast, and Long Way Home and Duty. Okay. Oh, you know what? Actually, we'll do this Wilmod's camp thing because this was a quest that we actually started as well, where we've actually spoken to people. Let's go to Wilmod's camp. Okay, we've got 2 pathways to go. Let's go check out up here. Look at that. Take a look in some beautiful scenery, some fresh air, a nice hike outside of the city walls. Oh. Okay. And corpse. 18 attack. Anyone want an amulet off a corpse? What have you got? Cold damage, plus 16 attack, plus 15 attack, 17 attack. Well, all of you could do with an upgrade then. Take your bare bones amulet. Okay, there's just 2 pathways. They just lead to the same area. The illusion of choice, pile of bones. Another corpse. Templar Wilmod and Knight Captain Cullen. I see you from above. They've got a nice little vantage point here. It's just the 2 of them. Let's have a chat.
Andraste be my witness, Wilmod. I will have the truth from you now!
Mercy, sir. Mercy.
Were it that easy?
Don't hit me.
I will know where you're going, and I will know now!
Don't you lay another hand on that boy.
It's the Knight Captain. Don't.
This is Templar business, stranger.
You have struck me the last time, you pathetic human. To me!
What the fuck?
Maker preserve us.
Oh.
At least it's not boring.
At least it's not boring. What the hell?
I'll deal with this!
Fire and ice will save you.
How about you?
You frightened me!
With your name on it.
Oh man.
Be no I knew he was involved in something sinister. But this... is it even possible?
Do you think he was possessed?
Normally, we only worry that mages will fall victim to possession. I have heard of blood mages or demons in solid form who could summon others into unwilling hosts. But I'd not thought one of our own would be susceptible.
Yeah, that was very unexpected. I was like, okay, Templar possession. I mean, we've seen Desire demons having their way with Templars in the Circle Tower.
With what I've bumped into in Kirkwall, nothing surprises me anymore.
I am Knight Captain Cullen. I thank you for your assistance. I've been conducting an investigation of some of our recruits who have gone missing. Wilmod was the first to return. I had hoped to confront him quietly, out of sight.
Well, makes sense why only one of them has returned now, doesn't it?
If you didn't know he was possessed, why draw your sword on a recruit?
He'd only been back a few days when he left again secretly. It set off some warning bells. I meant to scare him into a confession. He had to believe my threats were genuine.
The recruits believed that Meredith was conducting some sort of deadly ritual.
What? That's preposterous. Recruits can be worse than a weaving circle with their rumors. There is a vigil before Templars take their arms, but the gravest danger they face is falling asleep.
Do you know what happened to Wilmod while he was gone?
Obviously more than I had anticipated. Wilmod has never been fully convinced of the Order's rules. Mages cannot be our friends. They must always be watched. I thought Wilmod might be meeting with some old friends who'd escaped the Circle.
How's the taste of iron in your mouth going, Cullen? Got all that blood on your teeth.
I've got friends who are mages. Are you saying they need to always be watched as well?
I was at the Circle Tower in Ferelden during the Blight. I saw firsthand how Templars' trust and leniency can be rewarded. I still have nightmares of Uldred's depravities.
Oh, hang on. Cullen. Is this a... Ooh, do we see him in Origins? Now that you mention it, that does ring a bit of a bell. Does it not? I think so. Doesn't instantly come to mind for me to like recognize him, but I think I remember the name Cullen in Origins at some point.
I was trying to find another recruit, a friend of Wilmot's. Do you know where Karen is?
He also disappeared. They were last seen together at the Blooming Rose. But I had no luck interrogating the, young ladies there. I doubt they know anything of magic or demons.
Okay.
I'd be willing to search there.
The Order would truly be in your debt if you helped us with this. No one at the brothel will speak with me for fear I would shut them down for serving our recruits. If you learn what manner of creature did this to Wilmot, please come tell me in the gallows. I will ensure you are rewarded.
Okay. Time to head back to the brothel again, and then head to the gallows again. Knight Captain Cullen was one of the few Templars who survived the incident at the Circle of Magi in Ferelden. The possessed blood mage Uldred took over the tower, and in his madness he filled it with summoned demons and abominations. Cullen was imprisoned, tortured, and forced to watch the slaughter of his fellow Templars. The ordeal shook him, and he emerged from it convinced that even Templars fail to see how dangerous mages can be. Oh, I remember this guy. Yeah, I remember this guy. After Cullen returned to his duties, it became clear that he would go to any lengths to enforce the Chantry's rule. His zeal troubled Knight Commander Gregor, who feared it unwise to let Cullen watch over the men and women he deemed responsible for his torment. Gregor sent Cullen to serve under Knight Commander Meredith in Kirkwall, and Meredith found Cullen's view of mages similar to her own. Of her company, only Cullen had seen mages' potentially terrifying power firsthand, and she believed he could influence the other Templars of Use. Consequently, Cullen rose quickly through the ranks to become Knight Captain and Meredith's second in command. Okay. I'll have to look into making some runes sometime, seeing as we've got rune slots for our characters. Okay. That was a short and sweet little area to check out then, was it not? Let's head back in here. Enemies among us at night time. Time to head to the brothel again.
Do you need something, honey?
You don't work here, do you? With the customers?
You're no prize yourself, sweetheart. Is there something you want?
This is the problem with dialogue wheels, bro. Like, how am I supposed to know that that's what that question is? God damn. This is why I miss just the typical have all your options laid out, baby, and say exactly what you're gonna say.
A couple of Templar recruits went missing. They were last seen here.
You'll have to be more specific. We do a lot of business with the Templars.
The Templars are the ones who want this information.
We make a lot of our money off of nervous Templars that expect some privacy.
I'll be discreet.
Let me look through the books. Wilmot, Karen... Here we go. Wilmot came in here a lot. You sure he had time to be a Templar? The both of them last saw Iduna, the exotic wonder from the east.
That's quite the stage name.
It sounds better than the tramp from Darktown. You should hear what some of the others are called.
Is there anything else you can tell me?
Honey, I could write volumes on the things I know. Unless you want Wilmot's favorite position, I think you have what you need. You didn't hear any of this from me. We clear? Fetch Mommy a glass of wine.
Meanwhile, everybody else just like listening intently and staring at us. Nothing in here. Hello.
You must be the exotic wonder of the East. Do you remember entertaining a Templar named Wilmot a few weeks ago? Or Karen?
Wilmot. That doesn't sound familiar.
I know he saw you frequently.
With a body like mine, men rarely have time to give me their names. They're too busy doing other things. Questions are boring. Why don't we have some real fun?
Hawk, go easy on this lovely creature.
You should listen to your friend.
Dragon Age orgy, let's go.
We have to ask her about Karen. What's your problem?
Yes. But certainly there's no harm mixing a little business and pleasure.
As charming and relentless as you are, I'm here to investigate.
Answer one of my questions first. Who told you about little old me?
Ooh.
Vivica. She showed me her books.
That wasn't so hard, was it? So, Vivica sold me out, did she? That drab, pathetic little sewer rat. She will be dealt with. Just do one more thing for me. Draw your blade and bring it gently across your throat.
Hey, my friend's gonna do anything right now?
Bethany, stop her!
Let go of my brother!
Ooh, were they all kind of paralyzed?
Oh, shit. Spare me, Messere.
Ooh. Was everyone just kind of like unable to do anything there and Bethany was able to break out of it?
What foul magic was that?
Blood and desire in equal measure. An art I learned from elsewhere.
Blood magic, then?
Yes, Messere. Please don't kill me.
No mercy. Nah!
You're going to answer all my questions, and if there's even a hint of magic.
Tirani put me here to send biddable Templar recruits to the Sanctuary. Three Spear Alley in the Undercity. I enchanted Wilmot and Karen weeks ago. But after they left these walls, I know not what came of them. Please, let me live. It's not my fault. It was all Tirani's idea.
Damn.
Tell me about Tirani.
She put me up to this. She said we can recreate the ancient Imperium. That mages can rule again, not serve. She says the Templars cannot hold against us if we stand up and fight.
This base of yours, how many other mages are there? Any other defenses?
People go in and out all the time. Sometimes a handful, sometimes more. There are traps. Magical traps. There's a hidden switch at the front. It turns them off. That's all I know.
Nice. Thanks for that. You go to the Templars then. Off you pop.
The Templars are coming for you. No more of your tricks.
Next up, the Sanctuary. And some answers.
Okay. We're heading to a sanctuary then. That genuinely took me by surprise. I'm about to have my throat cut. That was cool. Let's leave this place.
No loitering.
Alright. To the sanctuary it is. Where are we headed? Darktown.
I'm gonna have to do some shopping up.
Down into the sanctuary we go.
Whole sanctuary of blood mages.
I hope we can stand against them.
Oh, currently looks very, very empty. Oh, never mind. Shades instead. God damn. They take so long to die. Nice. More Deathroot. The Veil. I detest this notion that the Veil is some manner of invisible curtain that separates the world of the living from the world of the spirits. Whether it be called the Fade or the Beyond is a matter of racial politics I refuse to indulge in at the moment. There is no this side and that side when it comes to the Veil. One cannot think of it as a physical thing or a barrier or even a shimmering wall of holy light. Thank you very much for that image, your perfection. Think of the Veil instead as opening one's eyes. Before you opened them, you saw our world as you see it now, static, solid, unchanging. Now that they are open, you see our world as the spirits see it, chaotic, ever-changing, a realm where the imaged, the imagined, and the remembered have as much substance as that which is real, more in fact. A spirit sees everything as defined by will and memory. And this is why they are so very lost when they come across the Veil. In our world, imagination has no substance. Objects exist independently of how we remember them or what emotions we associate with them. Mages alone possess the power to change the world with their minds, and perhaps this forms the nature of a demon's attraction to them. Who can say? Regardless, the act of passing through the Veil is much more about changing one's perceptions than a physical transition. The Veil is an idea. It is the act of transition itself, and it is only the fact that both living beings and spirits find the transition difficult that gives the Veil any credence as a physical barrier at all. Written in the Steel Age, eh? Okay.
Can't we talk about this? No?
Can't we talk about this, he says to a bunch of shades, and also skeleton archers filled with arrows. That's such a cool design. The enemy designs are really good in this game. That's something that I do definitely appreciate. Very cool. Okay. I keep getting stuck on the environment. Corpses everywhere.
We're under attack. What a surprise!
Corpses with a cool looking blade on his arm. Amazing.
Results.
Nice. Feels like it's been forever since I was got that level up. Here we go. Alright, I think I'll put some more points into some other things because I think there's some clothing and stuff that we can get if we put up our cunning and dexterity a little bit, which does help our critical damage. It's only by 1%. Wait, what the hell? Defense determines the likelihood of evading an enemy attack. It's currently at 0. If I put my cunning up by 1, it goes up to 60. It's interesting seeing what changes. So my attack goes up with strength. With cunning, the defense goes right up to 60 all of a sudden. Might just do that for this round. Now, let's have a look. Oh, is that my dog? Oh, summon Mabari. Hawk summons the family's faithful Mabari hound to fight alongside the party. Oh, that's an ability. I can just chuck that down there. Nice! I should probably do that more. I didn't see that the first time, because I don't think it was there. Got Templar abilities. So you don't even need to unlock, like, specializations or anything. Like, look at this. I've got Templar, Berserker, and Reaver trees here as well. They just are automatically unlocked, seemingly, so we don't have to go through that whole process. Did that happen because I hit level 7? I'm gonna get Whirlwind, because I really liked that one. Lovely. Guess let me rearrange these skills to... Oh, also, I don't think you need potions in the quick bar. I think that's what this is. All the way down here. There's like 16 health potions and 12 stamina potions, I think. Yeah. So I think they've automatically added to just like the end of the quick bar. So you don't even need, and then, yeah, you don't even need them. Did you guys like that? It's a bit explosive, wasn't it? Whoa, what is going on over there? Excuse me? What is going on in that corner? Hello? What the hell? Whoa. Just,
Wonderful. More vessels for our experiments.
Where is Karen?
Perhaps the demons will find one of you suitable.
These mages always fall to the first demon's promise.
I am not some hopeless waif that ran crying to a demon. I sought them out and embraced them.
Alright, look. It's so hard to defend the mages constantly when all the mages keep fucking with us so hard, isn't it?
Why have you taken the recruits?
Demons can inhabit much more than mages and corpses. With assistance, they can control anyone I ask. Any Templar, any noble, any well-meaning meddler.
Why have you taken the recruits?
Oops.
Demons can with assistance.
Sorry, did not mean to do that.
Anyone I ask. Any Templar, any noble.
You do know I cut a path through your abominations, right?
Good, good. The demons like spirit. If a few more Templars fall to the demons, we can seed chaos in their ranks. How many abominations can they discover amongst their own before it drives the Knight Commander crazy?
Good to know you're barking mad. That makes things easier.
In days of old, the Tevinter Imperium spanned the known world. Demons were their allies, held in check by power and knowledge. With a wave of a hand, I could do more than a Templar can achieve in a lifetime. Yet they command us. Absurd. We should be ruling them. We should rule you all. Kill the vessels only if you must.
Crazy mage talk, as usual. I love it. I'm trying to defend you fucks. All because of my sister. But you're making it tough. There's so many mages that are just like, yeah, I just willingly wanted this. And I'm like, okay. Okay.
To worry about.
Oh god, there's a desire demon in here as well. Let's bring my dog in here. Get in here, boy. Let's see my dog in action for the first time. And my dog is stunned immediately. You're off to a great start. Get out of here. Oh, you're teleporting all over the place. You're out of here.
The lights. Mother, the lights.
Oh my god. Oh, it's Karen. Helmet of the Fallen. Ooh, new codex. Armor of the Fallen. Ah, we do have item codex entries still. Awesome. There is a legend in the Free Marches regarding the Fallen. A cadre of knights from various Marcher cities that formed to fight the growing power of Orlais in the Exalted Age. To the Orlesians, these knights were little better than bandits, but to the Marchers, they were heroes, warriors that fought for freedom and autonomy. Most of the Fallen died on the fields of Ghislaine in 40th year of the Exalted Age, defending the newly crowned King Tylus of Navarra from Orlesian attack. They held their line against a mounted Chevalier charge, managing to keep Tylus alive long enough to retreat, and accredited with Navarra's continued independence everywhere outside Navarra itself. Nice. Grimoire of the Apprentice. Got some trash to give to some random. Kieran is being a floating boy.
Is it over?
Karen.
Yes, that's my name. Oh, thank the Maker. I thought he had abandoned me.
But is it only Karen? It could be Karen +1. A very nasty +1 at that.
The cage has opened.
Mm-hmm.
Thank Andraste.
That is very true, actually. Ooh, can Bethany tell?
What do you remember about how you got here?
I was with a lady, and then things got fuzzy. Nightmares then. On fire for days. A demon laughing. The naked lady with her razor claws in my chest. I'd wake and hear screams. Maybe my own. I'm sorry. It's all a tangle in my head.
He played you like a damn fiddle, Robin Atkin Downes.
Bethany, can you tell if there's a demon in him?
Sorry. As it happens, I've tried to avoid learning much about demons. That kind of knowledge is frowned on in an apostate.
Okay.
If there's even the slightest chance you're possessed, the Templars need to know.
No, I'm me, I swear. Don't tell the Templars. I don't know what they do to me. Please, I need to go back. Tell them I'm all right. Tell my sister. I must go.
Be careful when you tell Sir Colin about this. If it's not handled correctly, innocent mages may suffer for Tyranne's crimes.
Okay. And there he goes. My dog! It's my first time having my dog in combat, which is cool. Okay. Let us head back to Sir Cullen. Return tonight, Captain Cullen, in the gallows courtyard and inform him of what happened. We're doing some main plot, which is cool, at least. Moving that main plot along, finally.
Don't like Darktown? Die and make room.
Ambient roaming dialogue is very cutthroat sometimes. Okay, to the gallows.
I've got some good news and some bad news.
What? What is it?
Good news, Karen is safe. Bad news, half of your recruits may have been possessed by demons.
Sweet blood of Andraste.
Demons? Did you say something about the recruits and demons?
I didn't want to tell you, Masha. They were horrible. Those mages see the rest of us as ants to be crushed. They won't stop until they've destroyed the Chantry and the Templars forever.
Tirane was crazy. Magic didn't make her that way.
True, not every mage gives in to temptation, but none are ever free of it. At any time, any mage could become a monster, from the lowest apprentice to the most seasoned enchanters. Mages cannot be treated like people. They are not like you and me.
Surely that's a little harsh.
Maybe we shouldn't be arguing with the nice Templar. Smile and nod. Smile and nod.
They are weapons. They have the power to light a city on fire in a fit of pique.
Smile and wave, boys. Don't pay attention to the staff on my sister's back. I'm actually wondering how my sister's character arc and story is going to go in a game like this.
I admit that does reduce their bargaining position, but there must be some middle ground.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps mages need better education as to why the Chantry functions as it does. Perhaps they would not go against the will of Andraste herself. I will look into it. For now, Karen, unless it is proven you are free of demons, I must strip you of your commission immediately.
No, you can't really think that. Karen's fine. He's safe.
He deserves mercy. What happened wasn't his fault.
He is not to blame. But tell that to the victims if it turns out that our suspicions are correct.
Please, sir. I tried to resist. I never took anything they offered. I need this position or my sister can't eat. I've been training for 5 years.
Oh man, why do I have to make the choice? I'm not a Templar and I'm not the commander. What am I, the main character in a video game? God damn it. Oh, dude, this action will have consequences. Look, man, if he transforms, the Templars are big boys. They should be able to deal with it themselves.
Karen did nothing wrong. You can't strip his livelihood on the off chance Tirane succeeded.
Please, Knight Captain. I'll prove I'm loyal. Ask me anything.
Put him in a box for like a week or something.
He would never succumb to a demon.
Perhaps it is best to keep our enemies close. We can watch him far better here than in the city. So be it. If he has shown no sign of demonic possession in 10 years' time, Karen will become eligible for full knighthood.
10 years?
Thank you, Sirah. Again. But without a full knighthood, Karen's pay is so small. I do not know if I can reward you as you deserve.
I will handle that, miss.
10 years?
You have done the Order a great service. We will not forget it.
Is that the normal amount of time that it takes, or what? God damn, they're just like, yeah, we'll see how you are. Yeah, man, we'll see what you're doing in like 20 years' time, and then we'll see if that's good enough. Hey, god damn, okay. Well, we've completed Enemies Among Us. And for better or worse, that is how the outcome has landed with us. Alright, so hopefully that's all good. We'll see if that action has consequences later. Or not. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Dragon Age 2. We'll be bringing this one to a close as we've completed quite a few quests today, and next time we'll be taking a look around some of our companion quests and our secondary quests as well on our search for more money. So thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.